All right, let's go.
We're riding. Hype happy hour, talking about life, so you might feel empowered. Hype happy hour, tornado on the mic with a guest giving flowers. Hype happy hour, tools, interviews provide life tapping power. Hype happy hour, positive and light with advice, build your tower. Happiness is key, so you gotta bring the smiles out. Inspiration needs a bit of passion to just wild out. Positivity and optimism when we ride out. Enthusiasm and dreams, gotta feed them till your time's out.
Let's go. Let's go. Hyped Happy Hour, episode 7. We are out here. I'm your host, Gentle Tornado. Hyped is a company. Live Hyped is a company I started. And Hyped is an acronym that stands for happiness, activity, enthusiasm, and dreams. My logo has a heartbeat in the middle because we never know how many heartbeats we have. So here at Hyped, we live every single day, every single moment like it matters the most to us. And we are just here to bring awareness to those words. I'm here on a mission to spread positivity, enthusiasm, and the message of Hyped, and also sprinkle in a little bit of Web3 NFTs, some stuff I love. So it's a perfect bridge between personal and Web3, and we bring it together here at Live Hyped. Hyped Happy Hour is here for a good time. I am joined on episode 7 with my man, the myth, the legend, Joey Moose. He is one of the kindest people I've ever met in my entire life, the most giving people I've ever met in my entire life, one of the just greatest smiles, good people. I don't know what else to say about him. Joey, how are you doing?
I got a few words for you. Hyped happy hour. Hype happy hour.
Let's go, my man.
I know for the next 2 weeks that song's gonna be stuck in my head. So
it's a banger, dude. My boy Dan made it for me. Shout out my boy Dan. Just absolute fire. The words are incredible too. I like to start it off with, what are you grateful for today?
First off, those words that you said, that's exactly what I'm thankful for. That you are alive, a living being in this world who literally just made me feel like $1 million. So thank you. Like, you literally did that. It cost $0 to make somebody feel this way, and you did that to me. So thank you so much. What sweet words.
Let's go, dude. Starting it off with some heat.
Yeah,
one of my favorite parts, dude. One of my favorite parts of the pod. Literally, you're gonna give me a 2 to 3 minute superhero-esque. Who is Joey Moose from beginning to now? Tell me who you are, dude. Tell the crowd who you are.
Who is Joey Moose? Wow. Joey Moose is someone who got the opportunity to spread as much positivity as I can possibly can. I got put in. It's so funny because I actually was speaking with my fiance now, and it was one of our friends' engagement parties that night, and we actually went. We had a great time. We had a little bit to drink also, and I got home, and that's when Joey Moose was created. I was by myself, and I got in this Twitter space, and I actually, got the penguin, and that's when I let loose. I was in my room. She was not there, and it was very passion. A lot of passion in there, a lot of emotion, and I was created. And I became Joey Moose right after that, and I said, I need to take the attention that's on me right now, and I need to inflict good onto people. I need to give. I want to make people feel good. I want the people who are saying this guy is exactly the way that he's feeling right now about his NFT and about this community. I feel that exact same way. And I want to be now this figure that's like, I'm with you. Like, I experienced this and I'm happy and I'm here and I'm going to, spread as much positivity. Like, we are in this community together. We're going to lift each other up. And it all started from there, where I got this name and I got like heads on me and eyes on me. And I'm like, let me use this for the good. And let me see what I can do to make sure that I'm going to do 100% of using this for goodness.
Wow. So, I mean, dude, literally your passion talking about that was incredible. I can't wait for people to hear that and see that. Like, I'm literally shocked. I'm so freaking happy right now. Dude, tell us a little bit about your penguin. Your
So,
pudgy penguin.
okay, there's my pudgy penguin. I love him so much. He is me. And it's so funny because I like got this penguin and literally like after that, like like some would call it silly, you know, like like people like don't understand it. Like the people who like hear about me now, like, you know, I got followers, some friends, like they're like, oh, you're on Twitter, like I saw your tweet, like you put green hair, like how is your green hair? And they're asking me questions. I'm like, I'm like living my life. I am having the best time. Like I am like my penguin and my penguin is me. And you know, this really got me at first. You know, I was just spending money on NFTs. I was spending any money I had. My paycheck was going toward NFTs until, you know, this was like my step into, you know, seeing a community, seeing what an NFT can bring me, the happiness it brings me, the love of having this NFT, my identity. I never really had an identity in NFTs up until my penguin, and I had tons of NFTs. And at this point, this is when I stopped, you know, drawing my connection, my monetary connection to NFTs. Like this is when I stopped thinking about money when it came to, and I started thinking about what came with the NFT and not trying to make that quick buck or that quick profit, you know?
Dude, that's crazy. How did you get into Web3? Like, how did you start
So I
with
got
crypto or NFTs?
So, I mean, for when I started, you know, a side business, I was running an academic assistant service. I'm 23 years old now, and you know, when COVID happened, I was in college and I was doing everything online, and I said, you know what, I need to start some type of side hustle business, and I said, I'm going to start an academic assistant service, helping pair people up with tutors, people who are in college, people who are in you know, elementary school, high school, helping them pair with tutors. Since everything's online right now and everything's remote, it's going to be hard for people to, you know, keep their track on their work and to keep their brain, you know, focused on one thing. So I want to be able to supply academic assistance with, you know, the student. So I did that, and I had extra money laying around, and I'm like, I don't really know much about stocks, but I do know something about cryptocurrency, and I do know something about ETH. ETH is at $600 right now. Let me
Oh,
dabble a little bit. Let me dabble.
hey.
So I ended up like buying like just a few ETH at that time, and it went from like $600 to like $1,800, and then 24. And I'm just like, oh, I can now use this ETH to buy stuff.
Yeah.
So, and it was very easy for me, you know, to get into NFTs. Now, like I had the money there, you know, it wasn't like I was going into my, you know, bank account and buying ETH to buy NFTs. I already had it. So I started to buy NBA Top Shot. Like I heard about this whole like you own this moment, and it was such a cool concept. And you know, it came with a whole luck aspect to it where you can get the high one. Like it started like there was like a gambling aspect to it, and you know that was the craziest part. That like I feel like everybody's inner gambler came out, and like it was justification. It's like, oh, it's an NFT, it's a non-fungible token, whatever. But like
Yeah.
everybody's trying to get that. Like,
It's gambling.
yeah, everybody's trying to get that number one rare, you know, that LeBron James, and you know, so I ended up getting involved with that. I remember what I did was is that I was too late to get a pack, so I ended up buying legendary and epic, you know, moments, and each one was like one was $800, one was $700, one was $1,200, one was this, and this was actually not an ETH, this was in cash, so I actually was digging into my bank account. So this one was kind of bad, and I see that I spent $10,000 on NBA Top Shot.
Oh, let's go.
And like a few months before that, I mean, I guess the side hustle I had $600 to my name. I was a college student. I was living in an apartment in all the way uptown New York City, and I ended up having $700 to my name, no help anywhere. And I guess I came up with this business idea, and it helped me, and I started having extra money, and you know, I dug into it, and I said, you know, scared money doesn't make money. So
That's
I
right.
so I ended up going into NBA Top Shot. I bought all these crazy moments, and I saw my portfolio go from $10,000 to $25,000 in 2 days. And I'm like, what is this? This is crazy. This is an NFT. Like, no, this is like, I'm like, this is the craziest thing. Let's watch it go to 100K. And I got greedy, just like all of us. And like 2 weeks later, it ends up going down to 20, to 18, to 16. It keeps
Yeah.
going down, going down. And that was what got me into like, you know, NFTs and non-fungible tokens, and everybody's looking for the next thing now. So I'm on OpenSea and looking at all these art pieces. This was before any project came out with the roadmap or anything like that. I'm on OpenSea's, like the platform that people are trading NFTs on and stuff like that, and buying and selling. And I see nothing there. There's no Bored API Club yet, nothing. And I see that there's an app called Vivi, and I'm not sure. Have you heard of Vivi?
Yep.
You have. So
Yeah.
I see that, like, I'm like probably the first like 500 users on there, and like they're licensing Marvel, DC, like all these huge, massive brands, and I'm like, why is nobody getting involved? Like, I see it in the caption, like the first ever Batman ever in a digital form that you own, the first ever, and it's licensed. So I'm like, why are people not jumping on this? Like, people are huge like DC fans, and like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying like a number one Batman Rizzo. Like that was it. I bought like a few Harley Quinns. I bought a bunch of stuff, and like I bought that for like $600 or $700, and like all of a sudden it's like worth 10K. Like a week or two later, everybody's starting to like roll in on this Vivi, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I got the next thing. So I get in on Vivi. I'm like, these NFTs are crazy. I'm like sending voice notes. I get in a group chat with like 20 people, and like all these people, I had no idea. I thought I'm the only one in on this. All these people are like, yo, like we're bought Top Shot. We went straight to Vivi also, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah. Your
we all
boys, right? Like your boys,
my
like
boys,
your
like
friends. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, all of us have similar interests. And they added me, and I'm younger than all of them. They're like 28, 29 years old. Like, and I'm like the youngin of the chat. And they're all asking me for stuff because like, and they're asking me questions. I'm like, what? Like, this is so crazy. Like, this just so like, and I'm like, just grew up, like, like I was never early on things. Like, I was never early on stuff. And this was just like, it came to me. So yeah, they started sending links. I was in San Diego. I was listening to everything that they said. I was minting goats. I was minting b-ball pandas. I was listening to everything. But I was in San Diego when they minted apes, or they bought
Oh,
apes in the secondary market. And I didn't have like my phone. Like I was there for a bachelor party and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna miss out on anything. And then I got back, and I ended up saying, shoot, it's too high now. So I'm going to use the money that I could have spent on an ape, and I'm going to buy 20 b-ball pandas.
oh no.
I'm like, it's play to earn. You can make token. The guy had like you could earn token. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. So like these guys are going to, these pandas are going to play basketball as opposed to these apes that are not doing anything, like the roadmap's cool, but like merch and this and that, these, you're going to earn money. So I thought like in the future, I'm like, this is going to be really cool. They ended up sending a month later. They send a poster. I don't have it here. They send a poster of a panda to me, and I'm like, "This is really cool." Like they're making it physical. And then 1 week later, the guy rugs. Literally nowhere to be found. Drains his ETH account. Like we look at his
Oh my
picture.
gosh.
Everything's gone. Everything is gone. I'm like, oh my god, I just got rugged. My first rug ever. So I missed apes. I got rugged there. I'm like, all right, I'm buying goats. This is gonna be the coolest thing ever. These goats look awesome. Whatever, this and that. I buy like 20 goats, and it's a stagnant like a mint price for like ever. It's still to this day. It's still the mint price on the floor. And then I said, screw this already. I'm losing on everything. I'm not making any money. Like I didn't make any money on anything yet. By the way, I'm the greediest kid ever. Like I'm seeing everything like go up 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and I'm like, no, it's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep
Yeah.
going. So I end up like saying like, all right, I'm gonna call out of this one. Like this penguin, like the pudgy penguins, like I'm gonna call out of this one. Like I've been in too many. Like I've lost here. I have 20 here. Nothing's going up for me. I'm just gonna call out of this one. And little do you know, the one that I call out of, again, my luck. The one that I call out of is it.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
know what? This all led to who I am, and this all led to what I'm doing. So this story has a good ending at the end, where I have like this kind of like FOMO where I'm like, I actually really like these penguins. I like the project. They're so cute. Like, and then I'm like, but I actually want to own one. Like, I actually want to be a part of this community. Like, I see the community is just so driven and so together, and it's like a unison. Everybody's in one, and they're all like talking in their Discord. This is the first time I'm ever being part of a Discord like server. That's like everybody's like all in it together, saying, "Let's go, penguins!" Like, and people are like loving it, and I need one. And I remember the floor, like literally you would refresh it, and 10 are sold, and you refresh it again, another 20 are sold, and the floor is going up and down, and people are listing, and then the floor keeps going up, and then people are listing, and it was just insane. And then I look at this one, and I see his green mohawk, and I see his green cucumber eyes and his green sweater. And I said, "Holy moly, this has to be the best penguin I've ever seen." And I instantly looked at it, and I didn't even have to think for 2 seconds. I said, I instantly, and it was above the floor. It was like the floor was probably like zero point 0.4. I bought this for like 0.55 or something like that. And I said, I love this. I need this one. I literally need this one. And I remember the your purchase going
Yeah.
through, It's circle, it's circle. You now got it. Yes!
You were so happy.
My
Yeah.
brother was in the other room, and he also got a penguin. And I'm like, dude, I got the dopest one. And like, I didn't really grow my connection yet to like the connections I have now, but I'm like, I got the dopest penguin. I love him so much. This is crazy. Like, I'm sending him to my boys in the group chat. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's so excited. Everybody's so happy. We're all start like bombarding like the Discord, like, yo, penguins forever. My penguin makes me so happy. Like, I was so bummed out today. Now I got my penguin and I'm so happy. And like, I'm so happy I'm part of this community. Like, people are writing like my penguin cured my depression. Like, people are writing crazy things. And I'm like, wow, like, this is awesome. Like, this is really, really a community. Like, this is like really, really something that is like very positive thing. Um, and just from that, like the next like day or two, like we're all writing in the Discord like how much we love the penguins, and we're like, this is crazy. Like the price is like it's a 1/8 floor. Like, we're like, what's happening here? Like, this is
Yeah.
crazy. I never had the idea to sell, but like people are like buying and then selling and like, making tons of money on this also. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, people want penguins. People want these penguins. So I end up going to this engagement party. Like I said, one of my friends' engagement party. I come home and I join this Twitter Spaces, and I see my brothers talking in this Twitter space, and I get a notification. Um, you know, he's talking in Twitter Space, and click it, listen, join to listen. So I click it, and I'm like, what's he talking about? Like, they're very not his type to want to join a Twitter Space and talk. What's going on here? And I hear him saying like, yeah. And the minute I join it, I hear him saying, and my brother Moose, he also just bought a penguin, and he was going through a very hard time, and he was slumped out, and he got this penguin, and his personality shifted. He is the happiest kid right now. I see him in his room, and he's so happy. And then all of a sudden he's talking, and it goes out. And everybody's like, and then like Cole, Mr. Tubby, the guys who like were the leader,
Yeah.
they're like, what happened? Where is he? Where's Jones? His name was Jones. Where's Jones? Jones is out. And somebody writes in the group chat like that he's with Maurice, my brother Maurice. His name is Maurice. He's in the group chat also. He's like, they're like, yo, his phone died like mid spaces. So I'm in this, and they're saying we need to know what happened to Moose, and they have no idea. I'm on my personal Twitter account. Like, I don't have Joey Moose Twitter account. Like, I'm just there. I do have my penguin as my profile picture, but nobody knows me. So I tweet out to Cole, I'm Moose, let me tell my story. So instantly they add me on stage, and it just got crazy, and like it got very emotional. And it was like me just saying like what happened, what was going on in my life, and like how happy the penguin made me, how great the community they built is, and like I am my penguin, I'm a penguin is me. Like, that's like what it was. And like people loved it, and people were like, I remember looking at the Discord that night, and people were like, Moose, oh my god, legend. We need a guy like Moose in the community. And then I have like Danny Cole, like of Creatures, like reaching out to me like, Moose, we need you for our project. Moose, like, we need your type of energy. And like, I'm like, what in the world is going on? This is crazy. Like, how are people reaching out to me right now? Like, I'm just talking. Like, I just talked. And the next day I wake up, a clip of me went viral of me talking, and I have like 300 to 400 follower requests on my personal account with my name and everything. And like during that time, like it's very like a raw topic,
Yeah.
like doxing or who you are and all that stuff. So I'm like, shoot, like, okay, let me change my name. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me make a new Twitter account. So boom, the origins of Joey Moose. Who is Joey Moose? I am Joey Moose.
Dude, the most fire origin story, dude. Just absolute heat, dude. Oh my gosh, this is incredible. I'm literally so happy for you. Wait, can you tell me a little bit about your childhood? You obviously have a couple brothers, or you have more than that, right?
So I have one brother. I have two sisters. I'm the youngest of them all. I have two parents, loving parents. They're great to me. They're like my best friends. They're in on all of this. They're so happy. They love it. And yeah, I have a lot of nephews and nieces. So like I always was like the youngest kid in my family that was like kind of got what he asked for always, like. But there was always like a median, like I always knew my balance. And but yeah, younger part of a community. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I'm in New Jersey now. So yeah, I'm all around. I'm in the city every day, New York City. So
What's
it's
it like? What's it like having your brother involved with this?
it's such a
Cool.
beautiful thing because
Yeah.
the truth is that this really built our relationship so much more significantly. We like talk. I remember like when we first like we bought like the number two rarest goat together, and like that was like the first. Yeah, that's a different story for a different time. But that was like the first time we ever like sat down and like made a business decision together, and like it was very heartwarming to be in this with my brother together. And next thing you know, he's coming to me asking me questions about my opinion. Like he was always my older brother. I always had to go to him. I always wanted his advice on stuff. I always looked up to him. And when he starting asking me questions about what I think about this purchaser, what I think about this community, or how much he loves and how much he was inspired by the words that I'm saying, like it built such a beautiful relationship between us, and like it's only been going uphill from there. So it's such a great thing.
Oh my gosh, man, that's like so incredible. How old's your brother?
He is 27. I am 23.
He's married.
He's married. He has a kid, little daughter.
He has a little daughter. What a beautiful, just incredible, man. We are gonna just. This is gonna be fire. This is already fire, by the way. For anybody listening, you need to watch this back because his passion that he shows for his penguin is even better than I thought. Again, the goal of this podcast is to bring more awareness to the words within Hyped and the energy that I was gifted with, and the one life thing. So we're going to go straight into happiness. We do every single letter, and I ask you specific questions for those words. First letter is happiness. Incredible, man. The first question for happiness is, what makes you happy every day?
The fact that I have everything that I need, and I wake up healthy, and I never feel like I need anything else. That's what makes me happy.
Let's go. This is going to be a fire question for you. What's the happiest moment of your life?
The happiest moment of my life was actually 3 weeks ago when I proposed to my fiance, and just holding the ring in my hand, waiting for her to come, and just making this huge surprise for her because she had no idea. She thought I was somewhere else. She thought it was happening like a few weeks after. She had no idea. From the 10-second walk from her realizing that I was there ready to propose to her with my ring, um, that 10 seconds was the happiest 10 seconds in my life. I've never was more emotional and happy in my entire life.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because it looked incredible.
Yeah.
Tell the viewers and the listeners a little bit about it.
So I have a Musette. It's my fiance. We've been dating for a year and a half, and she basically is very. I actually told her everything about everything, my Twitter, my Penguin, what's going on, and she is one of the most supportive people ever. I tell her about my Twitter space. I told her about this Twitter spaces. I told her about you. I sent her a picture of you from when we went out to for lunch in the city. Like, she is so supportive, and like one thing I will always say is to find the most supportive person for you. You need to find the girl or the male of your dreams that um that literally is on board with anything that you are on board with. You have to be on the same level, and she has to support you, and you have to support her or him. So yeah, I told her I was going to be in the city that day, and I went to her workplace where she works, and everybody was in on it, and she plans parties every single week. Like, she's a planner. Like, she helps manage the building and plan all these events. And I called her boss up like 3 months before that, and I was like, hey, I want to let my fiance now plan her own party, and she's gonna have no idea that it's her party, but she's gonna think it's somebody else's, but I want her to plan her own thing. So all day, that week, she's planning toward that party, putting flowers, putting things on all different places. And little does she know, I told her I was gonna be in the city that night, and all of her friends, all of my friends, all of her family and my family were all there, maybe 100 people, and her bosses were in on it also. And yeah, like they let her out. She had no idea whatsoever, and seeing her break down in that moment, like of seeing me and me seeing her, like it was like the craziest connection like a human can get. Like I can't even explain it. Um, so yeah, that's probably the single-handedly happiest I've ever been.
Oh man, that is truly incredible. What a savvy way to just trick her in the best way possible, man. Like not even just like the bosses were in on it. Like
Let's
it's
hear yours. How was your proposal?
oh man, oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. So we were dating for maybe well let me you know what this is a perfect time to tell my story of me and my wife. So this is kind of funny. I almost told it last episode, but when I was 16, I was in I played football in high school, and my wife was a cheerleader, and we had Spanish class, and I had Spanish class with my best friend. And it was the first time I ever had a class with my best friend. First day of school, we're in our football uniforms. So the cheerleaders are in their cheerleading uniforms. And my wife Haley walks through the door, and I literally leaned over to my best friend Kyle, and I was like, I'm gonna marry her. Anyways, fast forward, we didn't get together in high school. We were really close friends. Ended up going to college. I tore my ACL. She tore her ACL. I remember for me, it was a super dark time in my life. So when I came home to Vegas and I saw her tear her ACL on Snapchat, actually, I hit her up and I was like, hey, if you need anything, you let me know, like whatever. Like I'm here for you no matter what. Boom. She hit me up. We started hanging out. The rest was history. We were like, I mean, it was two peas in a pod. I was like, this is my second chance. This is like Corey and Topanga shit. I was like, dude, there's no way I will not lose her again. And so we were together for like a year. She showed me the ring she wanted. I had it custom made, the exact ring she wanted. Went and picked it up, came back, and we were buying a house. So we were buying a house, and we were supposed to get on a Friday night. We were supposed to get the keys, and I had the ring for like 2 weeks. And I'm not good at keeping surprises, but man, I'm so excited. Like it's so hard for me because I get so excited. So I was just like, boom, Friday, it's gonna be this day. Anyways, we didn't get the keys to our house. I was gonna surprise her and propose in the house. Like I was gonna have her get the keys, walk in the door, have roses everywhere. I was the first thing she saw in the house. And so that went south. So I did it actually in my parents' backyard under the awning. I had a ton of rose petals, roses in the pool. I had like lights in the pool. I had my friends filming it. And I had photos everywhere, like hanging under like the canopy. And she had no fucking idea. She thought I was getting her a dog. So it was so funny. And yeah, probably one of the happiest moments for sure in my life. I mean, I was bawling. She was bawling. She literally froze. She didn't know what to do when I was on my knee and I was on concrete. I was like, listen, can you just tell me yes or no right now? Because I need to stand up.
Oh my
It was funny, but man, yeah. But the birth of my child was my first son was for sure the happiest moment of my life, man. It's like I don't even know. I can't even describe it, but you're a legend, dude. Yours is like literally legendary. I fucking love it. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. The fact that you shared that, I appreciate it for you being vulnerable, man. So the last question of happiness is, what are some other top communities besides Pudgy Penguins that you're a part of in the Web3 space?
So I'm a part of the Sappy Seals. I love the
Yes, let's go.
big Sappy Seal guy. Friends with Wob, friends with Kamal. His name is Camel. But yeah, these guys are great. Love the community. I love the BYO Pills community. I was part of the Beeple Pandas community up until we got wrong. Let me think what else. Yeah, that's like I got to pull up my Discord, but I got I got a lot going on. But yeah, I guess NFT worlds, creatures for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that buttheads.
So you think Seals is probably your second favorite?
Yeah, yeah, I love the
Yeah.
Seals. I love the whole community. They're so funny and fun and just amazing.
So do you know those guys in person? Like, have you like if you did you grow up with them? Wob
No,
and Camel?
so it's so funny because I saw when all of this NFT stuff is going down, like we see like the Zappy Seals, we're like, oh, this is after Penguins. I'm like, this is
Bless
let's
you.
thank you. Let's work on, making some money now. I found what I love. I found my NFT that I'm gonna live through. I found my identity. Now it's time to make some money and see what I can do, see what I can finesse in the market. Ooh.
Bless you.
So thank you. So I see these sappy seals and I see that people are talking about it and it's actually, going crazy. Like they were at like a point oh 0.08 or point yeah, 0.084 when I first saw them and I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be the new thing. People are buying them. The activity's wild. Um and me and one of my friends bought the two rarest sappy seals there are. We spent 11 ETH put
Oh.
together on the two rarest. And then I called up, his name was Wob at the time, and like nobody, like he was just like nice guy, very nice guy. He had COVID at the time. And I called him up on Discord. I'm like, dude, you gotta pump the seals. Like, you gotta pump the seals. Like, the seals is the best community. Like, you gotta come on, you gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm like, what did you do in your life? I started asking questions, started talking to him, like, and he was just so open. Like, literally after like 1 second of like he got on a Discord call, we spoke for like an hour just shooting the shit. And he's like, yeah, I made like a shit coin called Pube Coin once. Yeah, he has like a lot of experience doing random stuff. And he's good with Web3. And I said instantly, like this guy is gonna, he's gonna make it. Like he knows what he's doing. Have a lot of respect for him. And I saw a lot of like funny people come out of this community. There's like it was kind of the same as the Penguins, except the Seals are more like more humorous, like
Okay.
they're more like shit posters and stuff like that, as opposed to like Penguins, like they've been through so much as a community
Yeah.
together that like they like are like it's like a support group. Like we're all with each other, we all bring each other up, we all love each other. Like I went to the event, it was like awesome, and it was so nice and was wholesome. And then you go to like the Seals event and they're all partying and drinking their balls off, going nuts and just trying to have a fun time. Two different vibes, dependent on what you want. But yeah, Seals are great. And spoke to Wob, and ever since he's just been so amazing. And Camel also, I saw that he really has a. I saw Camel when he's a big guy. Are you fond of him in the community?
Yeah, I love him. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, yeah. So Camel's around, and he was like, I remember when he had like just 1,000 followers, and like I was interacting with him and stuff. Like he's the right hand man in Seals, and he was just like so nice and so chill. And, like I got him on my so funny. I did exactly what you're doing to me to him. I got him on the Twitter space. I'm like, who is Camel? Like what are you doing with your life? Like stuff like that, and like just picking his brain a little bit, talking to him, and we started becoming friends from there, and like just love that community.
So that's cool. So do you still have the same seal or did you sell it?
I have that seal, yes. That's another one I
Wow.
would sell. That's another one. Oh, Invisible
Sick.
Friends. I'm part of the Invisible Friend community.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Are you tight with Coin?
Coin, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. I'm tight
that's
with
cool.
Coin.
That's
Coin Bill.
cool. He's the man, dude.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
man. He's in the Nifty portal too. So I think he's one of the mods, to be honest, in the Nifty portal or something. He's in there a lot. So
Really?
I've chatted with him a little bit, but yeah, that guy's a fucking good dude, man. I really like him.
Yeah.
So, dude, something that I normally do at the beginning of happiness, but I forgot. So we're gonna do it now. I'm gonna share my screen, and this is my favorite definition of success. I don't know if you ever heard this. It's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's what is success? To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate the beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded.
Wow.
So how do you feel? How do you feel about that? Straight off the rip.
That's beautiful. Like if you interpret all of those, like I feel like you live a perfect life. You know what I'm saying? If you live by all those words, you will live a happy life. Did it say to endure your traitors or people who betray you?
Your false friends.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
something like to endure that,
Yeah.
to appreciate the beauty. Yeah, wow, very, very nice.
Have you ever heard that before?
I never I know, Ralph, but personally, he was a friend of mine, but, I'm joking. But, we went to
Like,
high
who
school.
is this guy? Who is this guy, Moose?
Ralph Waldo Emerson. No, yeah, no, I've definitely, heard of him and, but, that was beautiful. I have not. How did you stumble across that?
One of my leadership courses I'm super heavily involved in. That's what they read that because they believe that's the best definition of success. I love it. I love it. There's nothing about money, and it's all about affecting people and living your life the best way. So it hits me hard every time I read it. And there's something at the end of the show I'll read too that hits me probably harder, to be honest. It's a poem.
Don't
So
make
we're
me cry. Don't make me
yeah,
cry.
it's literally chokes me up almost every time. So let's move into inspiration. You're an inspirational dude. I just wanted to say I give you some flowers. You inspire me, dude, every day by how giving you are and how you want to make change and you want to do better. And in hearing your story about your engagement is just like cements what I've already known about you in a better way. Like you're so thoughtful and you thought that for your fiance now. And it's so cool because the reason I love doing this podcast is like your story about the Penguins was incredible. But like to me, your story about your fiance is like, dude, that's like, I'm going to remember that story forever. And I think that a lot of people that are listening probably will too. And those things are like life, both of them, Penguins and that, but the way that you thought it out, man. So I just had to throw you some flowers.
Dude, I feel like I'm looking in a mirror because I gotta say, like, and whoever's listening to this, like, literally, like, tornado, like, asked for my address, and I'm like, okay, like, he's like this is before I doxed or anything. I'm like, all right, I trust him. He's the nicest guy ever. All he does is say good morning and love you and send me so much energy and positivity when we first met. And I'm like, all right, I'll send him my address. And he literally sent me 2 shirts and one of the nicest letters I've ever read in my entire life. So, dude, you like made me cry. Like I remember reading that in front of my fiance, and I'm like, holy moly, like this is the sweetest thing ever. And just knowing that you got, heard a friend of yours that you met online something for his baby, and dude, you are so amazing, man. Like you are the most thoughtful person I know, literally. So
Thanks, man. That really means a lot. That really does. Dude, did you show your brother your shirt? Like, what did he think of your Penguin shirt since he's in Penguins?
yeah, he was like, "Dude, like, I can't believe it," because like, it went from, like, me a year ago to, like, just, like, this, like, normal kid, like, that just was, like whatever, I was always, like, outgoing-ish, but, like, I was just a normal kid, and, like, now he's, like, people are, like, sending you stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? How did you, like, get to, like, this point where, like, people like listening to you? Like he was just so, like he couldn't believe it himself, like, and then he starts coming to me and saying, like, I love the way you're speaking and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. I realized just like you said, you realized you have something. Like I also like realized I have something, and like it took a very long time to realize it. I thought like people were like just like people thought it was a joke at first, like the whole penguin thing, and like I don't know.
No, it like for sure means something to you, dude, and that's fucking incredible to be honest. What is one lesson that you've had to learn the hard way in your life?
Don't take things for granted. You okay? Actually, I want to take that back. I'm gonna actually use this one. We focus so hard, and it's a psychological thing. We all do it. We focus on little things, and we let those little tiny things impact and affect our whole mindset and our whole day sometimes, if not week or month. And there could be so much good happening in your life. You can be the healthiest person. You can have so much money. You can have a beautiful, loving person who cares for you. You could have a family that's all together and strong. And then somebody says one thing to you, and you focus 100% on that. And it's the biggest mistake you can make. You rule out every single thing that's going well in your life, and you focus too much on that one tiny, 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 tiny negative thing. And that's the biggest mistake you can make. I saw myself that happening to me so much. And every time that does happen to me, I had to learn the hard way that like is not the way to live. It's affecting who I am. It's affecting me as a person. I was letting things get to me when I and not realizing all the good that is surrounding me and how lucky I am to be me and to be in my situation.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I think the biggest thing about that is you have to practice it. Like you have to do it. You have to combat that every single time something like that happens, and you just have to make sure that your mind knows how to shift that and then focus on the gratitude. One of my favorite things about doing my gratitude videos is like we go through every single day, and bad shit happens, or shit happens to people all the time, but the amount of good that most people have in their life is 10x that bad thing. So I love that. I love that, dude. Do you have this is the first time I've ever asked this, but do you have like an inspirational person you look up into your life, or maybe your dad, or like some kind of leader in your life that you've looked up to, been a role model?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I would say my dad and my brother, like they're like the two people who like I will literally ask them for any kind of advice about anything. They always lead me in the right direction. They'll always tell me if I'm getting ahead of myself. They'll always tell me if I should be more confident about something if or about a decision I'm making. They will always lead me in the right direction, and like it's good to have that. So again, like I take that for granted sometimes, like I think that, I don't realize that I have a brother that I look up to and a father that I look up to that loves me so much and that gives me anything I need or I want or advice. And like, some people don't have that. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, like just back to my life. Sometimes like just back to my life. Like this is normal. Like, oh, but don't take it for granted because in 1 second things can change.
Yeah. You almost have like a one up, like the way that you're kind of talking is like you have the advantage because of like how good your dad is, how good your brother is. And so that's kind of cool, that you're at least wanting to spread that, with the world with your Joey Moose personality. And so that's cool. Because you're right, dude. Some people don't have that. Some people don't have any siblings. Some people don't have any dads. So I'm super grateful for my dad. He's been a huge influence in my life. So just double down on that, dude. Be grateful for them, and I'm fucking happy that you have that in your life. What's your
Thank
favorite inspirational movie?
My favorite inspirational movie. I feel like, I might get some criticism for this one. I mean, I honestly, and some would say it's not even inspirational. It's probably the worst thing ever. I really love The Wolf of Wall Street. I really like that movie a lot. Um, I would also say Goodfellas, Casino. Yeah,
Let's go. My guy's a true mobster. You heard it first. Joey Moose, previously known. I don't even know what a mobster name is, but he's been in the mob. Wow, dude. Wolf of Wall
Spider-Man,
Street's incredible,
Batman.
bro. Wolf of Wall Street's incredible, bro. He
Yeah,
did
yeah.
the unthinkable. I mean,
Just
that's his.
sales. Like
Yeah.
I'm in sales now, so nobody really knows this, but I also work 9 to 5, like in the city every single day. I'm in New York City, like working, selling mobile accessories to retailers. Like I'm in sales. Like I have accounts, but that's like my real job. But it's like NFTs became my real like thing, and this became my side gig. But it's really takes up most of my time. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's cool. No, one of the best scenes when they're sitting at the table, dude. It's just
Yeah,
Matthew
yeah,
McConaughey,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Or when he's like, "I'm not fucking leaving," and he hits the mic against his head, dude. I'm just like want to flex and go in there with them, dude. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
You know what? I want to hear what's one of your inspirational movies.
Oh, man, let me think of one that I haven't said. Inspirational movies, man. I don't, dude. My favorite inspirational movie is Remember the Titans, and it's like it's not even close. Like I've said, Radio is one of my inspirational movies. What else did I say? Miracle on Ice. I'm a true like Rocky, dude. Like I love fucking underdog shit. Like every day, like I don't know why, but like I feel like a lot of time, like just older people doubt younger people, and that's fine. Like it's totally fine. But I literally live for that shit. Like I've been saying since I was 18, I'm gonna retire at 35. And what drives me harder is the like people telling me I can't, the older people saying, why would you do that? This, blah, blah, this. And I'm just like, you guys don't even know. Like, they don't ask me why. They don't ask me why I want to do it. They don't ask me, what I'm going to do. And it's just like, that just fucking, I live for that shit. And it's funny is in my career, I work for my dad, and, maybe like 4-ish years ago or something, we were at like a conference, and we were writing down our goals. And I wrote down these wild goals. Like, I mean, like if I'm doing 10,000 a week, I wrote down I'm going to do 30,000 a week, which is just like top 1% of the company. And I wrote it down. I was like, fuck this. I was like, this is time for me to get serious. I'm doing this shit. You know what I mean? I got a kid on the way. Like, I need to get real. And everybody was like, no, you're not going to do it. Even my dad, he's like, you're not going to be able to do that. And I was like, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. So like, I don't know, any inspirational movie for me that has something like that. You know what I mean? Like an underdog. I live for that shit. Or just happy, dude. I'm a happy guy, man. Like happy endings. Fucking the girl gets the guy. I literally live for that. My favorite TV show, Boy Meets World. You know what I mean? Like I just love that.
Yeah, that's your
Even,
second Boy Meets World reference today.
I had to, dude. That's my guy. That's my guy, Corey, dude. That's my boy. You know what I mean? I got my real life Topanga out here. We're living large. Positivity, dude. Positivity is the next word.
Let's go.
Arguably one of the most important words in the world. There's so much negativity that you have to battle every single day, man. And I'm on a mission to make positivity louder, and I'm just gonna keep doing it every single day. And I know that you are a big positive guy, and you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but have you struggled with negativity in the past? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And even now, like I see myself that I'm a normal person and I can still be negative at times as much as I don't want to. I'm a normal person and it happens, you get
Yeah.
feelings and you know people's vibes can be radiated onto you. You could wake up in a bad mood. Something isn't going your way. It's very very likely to happen. But the way that I combat that is just going OD positivity and being I get out of my comfort zone. Actually get in my comfort zone. I'm more comfortable being positive, but I get into my comfort zone and become extremely positive and like I am trying to lift every single person I see up. Like I'm in the street and I'll tell myself, compliment this girl's dress,
Yep.
compliment this guy's glasses, tell the pizza guy he's doing an amazing job. And like I make myself do that. It's crazy. Some people will call me nuts. Like my fiance when I was walking with her, she's like, "What are you doing?" Like I'm like I waited for like an old lady to like go into like she's walking to a door and I'm like I'm definitely opening this door up for her and I'm gonna say have a beautiful day. I open it up and I say have a beautiful day. She's like, "Why are you kidding me? You just did it." Like, and I'm like, yeah, like I need to get in that mode. Like you have to take the first step
Yeah.
in order to overcome any negativity. So
Yeah.
obviously, I'm not always negative at all. I can say it's a very low percentage. I'm usually either neutral or positive. But if I know that, I wake up and I have a tiny feeling in my head that there's a little negativity creeping up on me, I say, shoot, I gotta go in a different direction. I gotta go in a different direction ASAP. So positivity is a very, very important thing because when you're positive, you're happy. When
Yeah.
you're negative, you're not happy. And that we'll tie it back to happiness. We'll
That's
tie it back to
incredible.
we'll tie it back to inspiration. That was inspirational.
No, dude, that's cool, man. I think like the thing that I love to tell people is it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. If you smile at someone, it could literally change their entire life. It could change their day, but it could change their entire life because they don't know you, they don't know who you are, and you're smiling at them. It's the same thing with your compliments, man. Like telling someone, "Hey, you're doing a great job." I like to tell people, dude, tell yourself you're proud of yourself. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Who cares like what you've done in your life? It doesn't matter. You tell yourself if you're doing your best, I'm proud of myself. Boom. Start your fucking winning streak. Like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with winning streaks right now. You're on a massive win streak since you proposed to your fiance, dude. I already know that. Like, that's a thing, dude. Every day you wake up, just look for a win. I'm telling you, man, your coffee was already made before you woke up. Win. Like, that's it, dude. Momentum. I'm serious. It's been crazy. Like, the people that I've been telling and just like the way that their lives have been not like changing, but they've just been focusing on the positives and the wins and just like, dude, boom, boom. Their whole day is like wins, 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 right?
I want to clip that and watch that in the morning. Like your
Dude,
coffee ready before win.
dude, like I'm not like, dude, we're out here, we wake up, dude, one life, we're blessed. I tell people, dude, like a lot of times my middle son Blake wakes up at like 3:30, 3:30, 4 a.m. and I'm going up there and I'm rocking him back to sleep, dude. And I used to like maybe like a year and a half ago, I used to get super upset because I'm like, I need my sleep, you know what I mean, to perform the next day. And I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to rock him back to sleep, to make him feel okay. And now every time I do that, boom, started my winning streak, dude. My winning streak started at 3:30 a.m. I cannot be stopped that day. There's nothing stopping me, dude. Anybody says shit to me, you didn't wake up at 3:30 and rock your son, bro. He's sleeping like a child right now, dude. I'm winning. You know what I mean? We're riding. Sorry, just an energy, dude. I'm loving it. This is incredible.
Dude, that was the best thing I ever heard. I love that. We're winning.
Give me some positive benefits of Web3 and NFTs that you think.
Okay, I love that winning thing. Like I need to start
Dude,
like
I'm
no
serious.
little thing.
I'm gonna send you a video. It's long, but you can listen to it like on the subway. And it's just like that, dude. It's so simple. The way that he describes it is he says, Charlie Rock is this guy's name. Dude, incredible, man. And he says, I go to Starbucks every day. He says, I get a shot of espresso. It's like $2.33. And he says to the barista, this is $2.33 of pure happiness. Boom. Dude, literally, first of all, with his energy, he's probably changing the barista's day, or the baristas, and he's getting his energy up, and he's grateful for that espresso shot, dude. It's like, first of all, you put shit out, you're gonna get it back 10x. We've talked about that. Dude. We've
Boomerang of
talked about
kindness.
that. Yeah, your giving is, you know what I mean? Like that's what you give with no expectations, 10x back. And but it just starts like this crazy. I don't even know, man. It's really crazy momentum, and like crazy momentum in my life to where since I started doing it, like giving more, and then like giving an NFT to one of my guys' audio. I gave him a nifty portal. He sent me like one of the nicest messages I've ever got. I think 2 days ago, and he was like, "Dude, not only do I love you for sending me that portal for free." He's like, I've won on NFTs. He's like, I've made an impact in my son's life. I'm happier for my son. My son's happier because I'm happier. I was just like, dude, just like the smallest thing, dude, that I told him, this is going to start your winning streak. And I just told him that. I said, this is going to start your winning streak. Boom. His mind shifted and now he's winning. Doesn't matter if you lose, dude. You're still, if you have that, you're fucking winning every day, dude. I'm telling. Oh my gosh, dude. I love it. I love it.
Just the fact that I'm like talking with you and you're telling me about winning, I'm winning.
Let's go, dude.
Seriously.
I'm literally so grateful you're here for sure, dude. This little, I just like had
I'm
to have
winning right now. I'm in a winning situation
dude.
that I'm talking.
I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but for the fucking people listening, this is 7-Eleven. This is my 7th episode that we're filming this. Joey Moose is about to be on the biggest winning streak of his life. And I paused. I didn't even say the F word, so I want to get some. If we were doing Twitter Spaces, I would get some hearts in the crowd. But, dude, give me some positive benefits of Web3. Like, what do you think are positive benefits of Web3 and NFTs?
This like literally this. Like I don't know what else could bring a guy like me and you together.
Yeah.
This is sick. Oh wow. Shots of light. Yeah, the fact that we're talking and we became like literal, like I feel like you're a brother to me already. And we went out, we talked like you are such an inspiration, and like the fact that we got linked up because of Web3. And how did you first meet me? Like how did
I was in a Twitter Spaces. You were interviewing a project. I'm not gonna say the project because I think it was a rug, but anyways, you were in there, and I had followed you for a while because first of all, you're penguin. Like my favorite animal is a penguin. So
no way.
yeah, dude, since I was like 4 years old. So I had saw your penguin, and I saw that you were so like giving and you were doing all these things, and And I was just like, dude, I gotta follow this guy. And then you started doing like your moose talks. I think that's what they're called, right? Moose talks. And I was like, dude, it was fucking crazy. It was a Friday afternoon, like busiest day of my work. And I'm just like, I have to be in this right now. I had absolutely no service where I was at. I had like one bar. I kept going into my shop and then out to my truck. And then I finally got up on stage and just exploded, dude. I just freaking exploded, and I was like, "This is my guy." And that was like kind of the start of my relationship with you and Herd. To be honest, yeah. And I think I would think of you guys as brothers, man. I really do. Like, I hung out extensively with Herd in New York, and I'm real grateful for you guys, man. I think like you guys are really good people, and I would. You're right, dude. I would have never met you guys if it wasn't Web3, and I'm like infinitely grateful for that. Like, really, I really
Thank
am.
you. I actually like wish I can like pull up the conversation that we had. Just to give people context, like basically, um, I was doing moose talks where I was reaching out to like big people who I thought in the space was, doing good things and, speak some motivation, stuff like that. Talk about their project that they're running. And, I reached out to this woman and, she was cool. She was up there, had like, this was before like, there was so much rugging and stuff like that. Like this was a friend that I had, and she had a project and we, obviously, we said that it didn't work out too much, but I
It's
got
okay.
up there and like, I remember just like me and her, like just talking up her project, like talking about her and being so happy for her. And like, she was really like just telling us good things and about good progress and what she was doing. And like everything made sense. And her was like very bullish on her. And that's where I met Genta. He came on stage and he just like, shut it out. You killed it. Like you came on with so much positivity. I'll never forget it. And like I remember smiling, like, who is this guy? Like this guy, he's so happy and so like emotional with like the way he speaks. I'm like, he's like, it's resonating with me. Like I really, really love this guy. So yeah, I remember you wrote to me um if I can remember it, you wrote to me like the nicest thing, like I'm actually just I'm scrolling. It's right here. Hold on. It's literally right here. I want to
Oh
say,
shit! Live
yo,
live message read.
Joey, thank you so much for the follow, dude. Love following you. Brings so much happiness. I am also on a mission to spread positivity and help people. Just wanted to see if you'll be at VCon. If you have, do you have a V friend? Like just like that. Arrow, I love that, man. No, I'm just headed to NFT NYC, but thank you, bro. And I hope to make it to NFT NYC. My son is due in March, so I'm not sure my daughter will. I'm sorry, I'm not sure my wife will let me go to VCon in May and then NFT NYC. I wrote, congratulations. I really hope that you can make it. And like just like that, like we formed a friendship. Like first, you're so outgoing, like you're so sweet, and just the fact that you reached out to me, like I'm like, wow, this guy really cares. Like this guy really is asking about me genuinely. And it was so cool. And I'm like, wow, that's exactly what Web3, a positive Web3, like it could bring two people together and we both have the same objective. Like we both want to spread as much positivity and happiness as possible. And we're going to do it, brother. We're going to do it.
Yeah, dude. That's so yeah. Thank you so much, man. That means so much that you read that. I had man. That's I've not forgot about it, but just forgot what I'd written. Uh, Dude, just incredible. I think that like it'd be kind of crazy to think that that started my winning streak in Web3, man. Like you following me because I had looked up to you so much, and like I never cared about followers. I never had like, but once I had gotten like a little bit of attention, I felt like, oh shit, like I can actually change people. Like I can really get some reach to like like have these people, in their life influenced in a positive way. And you followed me, and I was literally so fucking fired up. I told my wife, I told my parents, I was like, this guy is the nicest fucking kid I've literally ever even known. And he followed me because I was in his spaces, and I was just like, dude, still literally started my winning streak. Then found out fucking Herd was in the Nifty portal like that. Then we doubled down on that. You know what I mean? It's like now who know, like in a year, I'm thinking like, dude, like, what's it going to be? Like, you're going to be married. You may be pregnant. I don't know, man. Am I speaking things into existence? I don't know. We're fucking riding, dude.
Dude, I want to say it's so funny. You say you looked up to me, but now I really look up to you. So look how the tables have turned, man. I'm so grateful and you are so inspiring. Like you literally I see what you're doing here. Like look, the hyped happy hour on top like that. happiness is like you literally know what you're doing, man. Like I'm freestyling everything, you know. I'm like you are on a freaking mission, man. So it's such an awesome thing, man. Really, 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 you're killing it.
I
And
appreciate it.
I look up
Dude,
to
I
you.
really, dude, we're gonna do it like you said, dude. We're changing it. I don't know why, dude, but lately I'm gonna say this publicly. I haven't really said this, but I feel like I'm one like episode away. I'm one post away from really just fucking boom, and it's just like people really seeing, you know, like you seeing me, what I'm doing, and it's like that just motivates me more to keep going and keep doing more good. And the thing is, dude, is I don't ever look at my views. I don't ever look at my followers. I don't care. I just want more people to smile, and I want more people to see my gratitude videos, and I want more people to feel literally the way that I feel every single day, man. Like I know it's hard out here, and but you have the power to change your mindset and to be grateful and to, you know, there's way worse things in the world and way worse situations that you can have. And I love to say it's not that bad. It could always be worse, man. And so I'm just like, yeah, like you said, like I'm on a mission, dude, to show people like you can feel like tornado, dude. Like you can. So yeah.
And just like you said, like the how the guy walked into the shop and you know he said this is however much a cup of happiness. Like you single-handedly, like you are going to do that. Like you spreading positivity is going to help. You know, just like you said, the barista was extremely happy after that and changed her day. Like you're going to be doing that. So not only are you going to say, look, you could be like me. Like I'm gonna make you feel good and you're gonna be like you, and you're gonna just be a happy version of you. You know, you're gonna channel that, and you're assisting. You're getting one assist for you. Like,
Let's go, dude.
yeah.
We are going straight into enthusiasm off this energy that we are bringing right now, man. Enthusiasm is probably my favorite thing, dude, in life. Like I'm pumped every single day, man. I'm pumped to be alive. That goes back to the one life thing. Like we really do have one opportunity at this shit, and you got to either go for it, like, or you're gonna have regret. And I'm just keep telling people, like, I ain't gonna have no regrets. At the end of this game, I'm gonna say that I did my best. I lived it to the fullest, and I might not have done anything, but it doesn't matter if I went for it and I did my best. This is one of my favorite questions to ask on the show. What are 3 things right now in your life that you cannot get enough of?
3 things that I cannot get enough of. Can I hear your 3?
This podcast. Me and my wife living in like the now, which we'll touch up on at the end of the show. We're really focused on that, and it's growing our relationship even more. And then my 3 boys. Yeah, that's my everything, man. Like I literally, I don't even know. I can't even describe those guys, man. They're the best thing ever.
I love that. Yeah, though your boys are really really cute.
Thanks, thanks, man. I love sharing, dude. I love just posting photos. People love it, dude. I love that they make like they can make someone smile. Like they're the best guys, dude. They really are.
Keep going. I love it, and they're gonna be like carbon copies of you.
Man, that's really like my number one thing, man. Besides this mission that I'm on and being a good husband, say like my top 3 things in life are being a good husband, a good dad, man, and on this mission to change the world in a positive way, like easily, like being a dad for sure. I mean, I already consider myself a very good husband, and I've had to work my fucking ass off. So I can say that with full transparency. Like I do work on that every single day. And I think that I know that my wife deserves that. And we are a team. So as much as I put in, she puts in too. But being a dad, man, that is like the biggest responsibility I have.
Yeah, I hope I can get there one day.
You will, dude. Yeah.
What are my 3 things I can't get enough of? Love is number 1. Whoever I love you. Love your kids. My fiance, my family, my friends. Like the love that I'm different when it comes to like my friends. Like I'm like more like sensitive, more of a sensitive kind of guy. Like I'm not like, there's friends that are rough with each other and they're like, yo, you effing this and that, and
Yeah.
you're dumb and you're so stupid. And like, that's the way that they talk to each other. It's like, that is like the total opposite. Like I am, if somebody does something like the wrong thing, like you want to teach them and you want to help them and you want to tell them like that wasn't the right thing to do, dude, you got this. You're so much better than that. Like I'm all about, lifting up a friend and doing that with love and showing that I care about them. So that's my thing is showing people that my love for them is something I can't get enough of. Um, and them realizing that they're loved.
Yeah.
The next thing is yeah, work. Like I always feel like I need to be busy. I always need to be busy. I always need to be doing something. I have a million things in my mind. Like sometimes I don't go on Twitter for like a few days because I just have so much happening. And like I posted that proposal clip of me proposing to my fiance because I felt like everybody should know what's going on in my life and like why I haven't been active for like 2 3 weeks. Like I'm planning that and I'm working and I also have to make a living. Like I'm gonna have to support someone, stuff like that. So yeah, just the work, the drive, and the motivation to keep working and hustling and grinding and not once did I use my followers for monetary gain, or to tell them or pump something to them and say, oh, you guys should get this, and then sell it off. Not once did that even cross my mind. So I'm not in it for that.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the total opposite. I'm giving my money away to people. I want to make people happy. I've hosted so many, like if you look at the blockchain, every single airdrop I got, I gave 90% of it away. Every single airdrop that came my way, whether it was ENS, whether it was SOS, whether it was APE, anything that came my way that was free, 90% of it gone.
Yeah.
And ETH and giving that away just because I know that everybody that was entering these wanted to win, and if they did win, the messages they would send to me would be worth it. And I know
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like some people would be like, "Yo, like that's money. Like how are you giving money away?" And I'm like, "It's not about that. Ethereum's not real." But no. But seriously, I was like, this is like money that I made and stuff like that. And I'm like, if it's making one person happy, and if this $50 or this $100 in Ethereum is gonna make and what would I do? I would let them win, and I'd say, I ask for one thing. Buy your wife something nice. I ask for one thing. Buy your kid some chocolate. Use this for positivity. Compliment someone. Like every time I would give, if somebody would win it, I would write something like that to them. And
Yeah.
that means the world to me because if I make one person happy, he's going to go home and he's going to treat his kids happy and he's going
Yeah.
to be happy with his wife or husband or however that goes and vice versa. So, by me starting that, it's a domino effect.
Dude.
And I can't imagine how many people I got the opportunity to get some Ethereum and I use that to spread positivity with it.
Dude, you've literally been starting hundreds of that. I don't know how many giveaways. You've probably done 1,000 giveaways or something. People's winning streaks, bro. Literally, you've been doing it. Now your mind is gonna be that. It's gonna go even harder that you've been spreading the winning streak thing, man. It's like I tell people, like, dude, I've been, write my wife a note at least once a week. Boom, start her winning streak before I go to work. I go to work before she's awake or the kids are awake. She wakes up to a note, boom, winning streak. Every single day, I empty the dishwasher for her. Don't give a fuck if it's 10. I got to be at work. Fuck it. I'm empty the dishwasher, winning streak, dude. You know what I mean? Like those little things mean so much to people, and especially the people you love most. It's like when I sent you those shirts, dude. I was like, there's not a fucking chance that I'm not writing Joey a note. It's not even an option. I wrote it.
That was
You know
the
what I
nicest
mean?
thing ever, man. And after this, please send me your address. For a friend, ask me for a friend.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sure.
What's your third thing?
The third thing is that I can't get enough of. I have a beautiful relationship with God. I think that he's the reason I'm here, why I'm healthy, why I have all this good stuff, why I have this personality. I believe that he watched over me and protects me every single day. So I can't get enough of praising God and always telling people, thank God. That's like my always thing when somebody says, I'm okay. Things went well. The business deal went well. Oh, I took her out on a second date. Thank God. And like,
Yeah.
God is in charge of everything. That's just what I think. But I respect other opinions as well.
That's awesome. No, that's great, man. What has been the biggest accomplishment of your life?
My biggest
Accomplishment.
I wish I could pin up a tweet. My tweet earlier, I kind of listed it, and I was just like, my biggest accomplishment was this year. Like this year as a whole has just been the most I've ever accomplished of anything. I graduated college with a bachelor's of science. I bought a car, my own car. I just signed a lease on an apartment today. I got interviewed by all these different, publishing companies, and by like Defiant, CoinDesk, Apple News. Like, um, built up 20,000, friends. I wrote, followers. Um, I've made so many connections and networked so much. I've learned so much. I've had so many opportunities and made money and lost a lot of money also. Um, I've just this year has just been since it's just been the craziest year for me. Um, just so much good. And sometimes I won't lie, like I start exactly like I said earlier, I'm a normal person. Like I think negative sometimes. And then I think back on everything that I've done and everything. Like it's like I have so much, and it's such a beautiful thing. And everybody has to realize what they have. Everybody should realize what they have, and how happy they should be. Also, yeah, I built up my Twitter. I'm also at the same time working and building up my customers and work every day. Um, I'm still my academic assistant service is still going on. So like, I'm managing a lot. I'm engaged, and so like it's just this year has just been so one accomplishment after another, after another, after another, and it's just been me going nuts. Like I at times I'm like, wow, there's so much going on. Like between school, work, all my side hustles, my girlfriend, like I had so much going on. Dinner tonight, everything works out. Everything
100%.
always works out. Trust it. If
Yeah.
in that moment it seems like it's not working out, and you're going crazy, give it a week. Give it a
Yeah.
day. Go day by day. It'll always, always, always stabilize and work out. Whoever's listening to this, I promise you.
Yeah. I love saying just this statement. Will worrying help? Never. Never helps, dude. Just keep on track. Keep going. It'll work itself out. What incredible. Is that the apartment that you signed the lease on that you'll be with your wife, with your soon-to-be wife? Is that what that was
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, I just signed it today.
Sweet. So is that going to be in the city or is that in New Jersey?
It looks like we're gonna be in New Jersey for now. It's a 1-year lease, so we're gonna be in New Jersey. I'm still gonna be in the city, every day working there, and some nights might have to stay there, but yeah, we'll be in New Jersey. So we have
He
a nice.
works in New Jersey?
We have an office in New Jersey, but usually we go to the city to more people are there, more employees. We got a little place right by the beach, so we're
Nice.
yeah, we're excited. It's gonna
By
be nice.
Jersey Shore? Did you grow up going to Jersey Shore?
Yeah, Jersey Shore right there. Yeah. I live in Jersey Shore, so in Long Branch, so it's right near the beach. Pier Village, Asbury, like all those areas. Like I'll be right near Pier Village, like 5 minutes.
That's cool. Does your fiance work in New Jersey?
Yeah. So the place that I proposed to her, and she works there. It's called Bellworks, and she like works under the person who designed the entire place. It's acres and acres and acres of land. Um, yeah, so she works there, and so it's gonna be she's working, I'm working. I couldn't take her to the city. She works, and like I would never want to take that away from her. So
Yeah. That's cool, man. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to be living with her soon and for you to get an apartment. I'm literally so fucking pumped for you. That is
the
so
journey
badass.
begins, gentle. The
The
journey
journey, dude, it's just beginning. It's just beginning. We're not even in the first inning. We're like in the pre-warm up. Is incredible.
I love it. Gentle, I never got your name.
Dominic.
Don't tell me. I actually don't think I
Oh
want.
shit. Oh shit. That's okay. Just call me. Yeah, call me whatever, dude. You can call me
I
whatever.
I never got your. I was just thinking about it. I never got your first name, unless you told me. Did you tell me it?
It's I mean I don't maybe it's Dominic, but I mean whatever.
Your name's Dominic.
Yeah.
No way. No, I never.
Yeah.
That's
do you know another Dominic or?
no, but Dominic,
That's cool.
great name, Dom.
Yeah, thanks, Dom. Yeah, for sure. People call me Dom now. People call me Tornado. Everybody calls me Tornado.
Yeah.
I even fucking like Every person I met in NYC was Tornado. Every person I met in VCon, Tornado. I literally introduced myself as Tornado. It was so funny because I have my tornado tattoo that I showed you. Like it just doesn't even matter. Like I just rep it now. That's who I am. And Gentle Tornado was a name that I got from one of my leadership courses called Eagle Quest. I was telling you a little bit about. So it means even more to me. And now that I can use that every day in Web3 is like so meaningful to me, for sure.
Wow. That's beautiful. I just pulled this up. I was texting my fiance, and she said, "Who are you doing Twitter Spaces with?" And I said, "This is Gentle Tornado. He's the one who sent me the moose shirt." She
No
said,
way.
she wrote, "So fun."
No way. That's so
Yeah,
sick. You got to send me that photo.
look
Dude,
great.
we're going to roll into dreams, okay? And this is some serious stuff, man. I like to consider myself as a delusional optimist. I think dreams are incredible. I think dreams are so important. I think, goals are very important to write down every day, but dreams, you got to dream big, dream. I love to ask this question now. I changed it up in the last couple episodes, but I ask my person, what is the dream that they have for their life? And I'm going to read you the dream that I have for my life first. And then I want the dream that you have for your life. So I am Gentle Tornado. I am an honest, enthusiastic, and successful man that will inspire others to live their life through happiness. Joey Moose, what is the dream that you have for your life?
The dream I have for my life is to always, 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 always be happy, and to spread that happiness as much as I can. And the more happy I am, the more happy others will be. And it's the extroverts that need to be the happiest because they spread it the most.
Yeah,
So
that
we
was incredible. That was incredible, dude. You crushed that. Wow, that was good. I cannot wait to clip that. I'm gonna clip the fuck out of that. If you could tell your 13-year-old self some type of advice, what would it be right now?
It's a great question.
My wife came up with it. Shout out to my wife, dude.
Shout out to your
Some of
wife.
these questions were just fire. Like the first couple episodes, I feel so bad for my guests. Like shout out to Easy, shout out to Dan. I love you guys, but these questions are better, dude.
Right. If my 13-year-old self could tell me something now.
Yeah. No, if you would tell your 13-year-old self, yes. You can answer it both ways. I kind of like it, to be honest.
Yeah, if I were to tell my 13-year-old self, I would say, please don't smoke weed. My memory's shot. But if I were 13, I would tell myself, good job, man. You really did an awesome job. You really turned around because it's crazy. At one point, I remember like at a very low point in my life, like I was like, what am I doing? Like I wasn't going to, like I graduated high school and I was just like on a shroom trip. Like I was with my friends and we were all taking shrooms and yeah, I'd say you hit you like that. You know? We were all taking shrooms. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, what am I? What am I? Like but I don't like myself. Like I don't like where my head's at. I can be so much better. I'm feel like a loser. I feel like I'm not doing what I'm meant to do in this world. Um, I'm a bum. Like that's how I felt. And after that night, I turned myself around, and the next day, like I quit everything. I'm like, all right, I'm done doing everything. I need to I need to start waking up happier. I need to start reading books. I need to start applying to college. Like I applied to college. I need to start having a better relationship with my family, my brother, my sisters, and I need to start talking to them and relating to them. I was like, it was me, myself, and my friends. Like I need to start talking to my parents and becoming more comfortable with them, and being nicer to people and not thinking I deserve everything, it was all this stuff. And this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And thank God, like ever since that one moment, like everything changed. Everything changed. So, I'm very, very, very happy with the outcome, and I'm very happy that that happened. Everything in your life leads to the moment we're at right now. So,
100%.
all of that stuff needed to happen, everything needed to happen and to be at this very moment to where I am, and I'm not even satisfied. Still not
Yes,
satisfied.
let's go, dude. Never finish, dude. Let's go. I literally first of all, thank you. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. I appreciate that. I think that's going to bring a ton of value to people. And just look where you're at right now, man. Look where you're at 4 years later. Fucking wild, man. You're doing great things. You're going to keep doing great things. The last question of dreams. What's your biggest dream in Web3? What's your biggest aspiration?
My biggest dream in Web3, I have this idea for so long already. I have the best idea, and I just don't have the time or the proper resources to build it out. And I want to build it already, and I want to do it. And I keep like building, like I keep like getting my Twitter game back on and like talking to people and communicating again. And then I get back to my real world stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like I have an engagement party, I have my job, I have to sign an apartment, at least sign an apartment, I have to work on my car, and then I get back into the Web3 where I'm like, I have this sick idea that's it's gonna give to people. It's gonna be called Moose Gives. I'm gonna give. Um, and there's gonna be a winner all the time. And I want people to be happy, and I'm gonna spread so much positivity. And there's gonna be so much incentive, but I don't have the right resources. I don't have the right people. I don't have the enough time to do all of this. So my one dream is that I can eventually, once I'm married and I'm settled, I can take my time, I can get the right people, and I can just finish creating this awesome idea that I have, that I've had for a while now.
That's going to be incredible. You're going to do it. I can't wait to be along for the ride. We're just waiting for time to catch up. Guys, for the viewers, this idea is way more fire than he explained. I'm glad he didn't go into depth because I don't want anybody even think about this shit because Moose is about to crush it. And, one thing we did talk about a lot, man, was balance. We had talked about that when we met in New York. Something I've had to work on my whole life, dude, especially since I've been married with kids, man. It's just balance. You have to find that balance. And for me, it took me, I'm still working on it every day, but to get to where I'm at right now, it took me fucking 7 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to work at it. And with your personality, if you want to do so much, you want to grind, you want to be a good person, like you have to work on those things and work on balance every single day to get to a different way. And you'll find different things,
I love that. It's so nice.
Yeah.
First off, thank you for the kind words. Second off, yeah, dude, balance is so important. Balance with everything. Like I said, I remember like I was like so indulged in my Twitter feed and like trying to come up with the next banger tweet or trying to come up with different ways. And like my eyes are on my phone when like I'm with my girlfriend and like I didn't see her like for 2, 3 days, and I'm like in her basement. We were supposed to like chill and talk about our days, and like I'm looking at like what's going on Twitter, and I'm just like, this isn't the right way,
Yeah.
right time, like. So there needs to always be that balance, and
100%.
I got mentally drained at one point. Like I was like, this is a lot, Twitter is a lot. By the way, it's so cool. Your background went from so light to so dark, like in that.
Yeah. It's so dope. This is so dope. Okay, so one of the final things we're going to talk about is me and my wife lately have been obsessed about living in the now, living right now. One of our biggest goals personally for our relationship and our family is to move, and we're going to move to Utah. And, we were going to plan to move within a year, but this, the economy is kind of shaky right now. So we're like, okay, we're going to take our time. We're going to be 100% ready. My dreams are to do Web3, do this podcast full time. I want to be fully free and be able to do that. And so I want to be able to get that to that point. So we were like, okay, cool. If that's our goals, if that's what we're going to do, we're going to live for right now. We're going to live. We're not going to like not have friends. We're not going to put things off because we're moving, we're not doing that. We're living for right now, and we're living in the moment in every single way possible. So when I tell you that, how do you feel about that? Is that something you have to work on? Is that something you do every day? How do you feel?
I'm definitely all about living in the now. I'm all about that. Make your decision. Let's go. This is the time. It's so hard to also, living in the past and, dwelling on things that you've done in the past, things that you've said in the past, mistakes that you've made, good things that you've done also. Oh, I did something that was so great. I'm good now, like I'm settled. I don't need to do anything else. Like it's very easy to do that. So living in the now is a very, very important thing. It keeps you going. It keeps you going, keeps you wanting to strive for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. I'm all about living in the now. And I hope that now becomes very soon and you move to Utah, you become very, very with you and your kids and your wife, because that seems like you're very excited to do that.
Thank you, man. No, I am. I think it's gonna be even a better life for my kids, and that's really what I'm striving for. That and my wife will love it. So I pull up right now. I'm streaming a poem, and it's my favorite poem. This is really meaningful to me. It's called "The Dash" by Linda Ellis, and this is what it says. It says, I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on her casket from beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of her birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that she spent alive on earth, and now only those who loved her know what little line it was worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you would change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what is true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we have never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash?
Wow.
How do you feel?
Wow. One hit the heart. That one
Yeah.
hit the heart. Yeah, we're in our dash now. Let's
That's
let
it.
let's do the best we can. It's like what we've been saying this entire time. Like we have one mission, and it's just to set such a good tone for everybody. That's what we want to do. We want to leave here and leave this world and say we did something positive. You
Yeah.
know.
It's the perfect cap off for the episode. And the final thing is that the guest always gets to leave the viewers and the listeners with one final thought and then one question that you want to ask the viewers.
Okay. My one final thought is be happy no matter what. If there's something that comes up that is telling you, be angry at this, take one step back and say, 1 second. We're not going to let this get to us. We are going to smile through this. We're going to try out a new exercise. We're going to, because things get us angry. We're going to try to smile this one time. That's the one thing I challenge you. It's a challenge. The next time you get mad or something's about to anger you, try smiling and thinking, I got this. I got this. This is all good. This is going to be fine. And instantly, you're gonna already know subconsciously that you're smiling, and it's gonna trigger your brain. You're gonna say, "I'm happy. Everything's okay. I'm good." Never lose sight of what you have. Never forget how healthy you are, how real you are, how emotional you are, how much you care for other people. If other people don't care back, who cares? It's all about you, what you are. Never change for anybody else as well. So those are the few things I want to leave off on. And again, I challenge you guys, everybody in the crowd, try complimenting more. Whether it's your sibling, whether it's your mom, whether it's your dad, whether it's your significant other, whether it's Gentle Tornado, whether it's the man making you your sandwich or the woman making you your sandwich or the person who is riding their bike or anybody in the street, try complimenting and see how your day goes that day. I promise if you start your day off with a compliment, you are going to have a complimented day.
Let's go. The absolute knowledge. You guys heard it first here on the Hyped Happy Hour, episode 7, with my man, Joey Moose, one of the best people ever. We are riding hard. We are on a mission to start winning streaks. We are on a mission to spread positivity, to be happy every day, as the words of Moose. And he is his penguin, and his penguin is him. And I will leave you guys with that. Episode 7, baby. Let's go. We ride.